Donald Trump's return to the U.S. presidency in 2025 has intensified global economic tensions. His administration's plan to impose high tariffs 60% on Chinese imports and 25% on goods from Canada and Mexico has alarmed international markets. This escalation in protectionist policies follows a trend of rising trade restrictions, with nearly 3,000 such measures implemented worldwide in 2023 alone, according to the IMF. The effects of these policies extend far beyond U.S. borders. The World Trade Organization (WTO), marking its 30th anniversary, faces an institutional crisis as it struggles to mediate amidst an impending trade war. Countries are responding by forming new alliances and reshaping existing trade relationships. India, for instance, is expanding its free trade agreements with the UK and Latin America, while the European Union is racing to finalize its long-stalled deal with Mercosur. Amid these global shifts, the EU finds itself in a precarious position. Faced with US protectionism, Europe is preparing for increased dependence on American liquefied natural gas and defense products. Simultaneously, internal divisions, particularly between France and Germany, are hindering cohesive strategies to counter these external pressures. Meanwhile, austerity has become a dominant theme across various nations. Brazil has announced $12 billion in spending cuts. Argentina's new administration boasts of implementing what it calls the toughest austerity policies globally, and the UK under Prime Minister Keir Starmer is tackling a massive fiscal deficit with tax hikes and spending reductions. These measures contrast sharply with strategies in parts of Asia. While China and Japan have introduced economic stimulus packages, South Korea's opposition-driven push for austerity has led to political chaos. China, grappling with an economic slowdown and a struggling real estate sector, faces the added burden of US trade restrictions on technology and investments. The global economy is now increasingly fragmented, with like-minded nations forming tighter alliances. Countries like Vietnam and Mexico, which had benefited from serving as intermediaries between the US and China, now face mounting pressures from the new US administration's policies. In the US, Trump's economic agenda, dubbed Muganomics, combines high tariffs, mass deportations, and tax cuts. While these policies aim to boost domestic industries, experts warn they could raise inflation and increase the fiscal deficit, pushing US debt toward 140% of GDP within a decade. The IMF forecasts global growth of 3.2% in 2025, matching 2024's estimate but still below pre-pandemic levels. However, this figure masks regional disparities. While the US and certain Asian economies show resilience, Europe and China face economic stagnation. As nations grapple with these challenges, the world is witnessing a clear pivot toward economic insecurity and political fragmentation. The next few years will test the resilience of global trade systems, the adaptability of nations to protectionist policies, and the ability of governments to balance growth with fiscal responsibility. Stay tuned as we continue to analyze these developments and their far-reaching implications for the global economy. Thank you for watching Newscazt. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories.